This fucking movie was fantastic. Why am I wearing a Flash t-shirt? Don't know. Just threw it on. Had a shower today and I threw it on. So I saw the Batman about a couple of hours ago, and I was blown away by this fucking movie. This movie was unbelievable. Like this, I don't care. I'm just gonna say it. Maybe it's because I'm riding the high of seeing it. This movie, I liked more than The Dark Knight. I don't care. I don't care. This was the best Batman movie. Yeah, this got Batman right. It understood the character the most. It was the most comic accurate. It had a lot of realistic elements as well, and it was different. It was just overall a much fucking a perfect movie. Like not just a great superhero movie, just a great fucking movie in general. So basically, what the plot of the Batman is, so Batman has been fighting crime for 2 years. Bruce Wayne, he became Batman already. He's been fighting crime for 2 years. He's a very depressed individual due to obviously the death of his parents. He's living with Alfred, his assistant, who's played brilliantly by Andy Serkis this time around. And he is an assistant called Dory. Um, and basically, he's describing how Gotham City is filled with fucking crime. It's Halloween night. He's fucking bad guy. People are going out and committing more crimes than Halloween. Guy has a fucking avocado mask, pulls a fucking gun out, tries to rob a goddamn shop, fucks them up left and right. Criminals are afraid to go out at night because they know he's there. And essentially, the mayor of Gotham City gets brutally murdered by the Riddler. This time played by Paul Dano, who is a fucking phenomenal actor from movies like There Will Be Blood, 12 Years a Slave, Prisoners, and Little Miss Sunshine. And he is basically sending Batman all these riddles around Gotham City while committing these kind of jigsaw-like crimes. And they're a little bit like the Zodiac Killer as well. Yeah, they're a little bit like the Zodiac Killer. In terms of these crimes and stuff. Why do they always have to come out when I'm doing a fucking video? So, essentially, more. Fuck off, PC, right? More and more of these crimes start happening. More people are getting killed, cops are getting whacked off, getting bombs strapped to them, people are getting murdered, and he's just leaving these riddles. And Batman and Commissioner Gordon are working together like detectives, going around the city, going to different crime scenes, finding out what's happening. Meanwhile, Carmine Falcone and the Penguin are also doing some shady shit, and they're trying to investigate what organized crime stuff is going on there. And there's a link to Carmine Falcone and Bruce Wayne's parents. Meanwhile, you got Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, whose friend gets brutally murdered, and she's going out fighting crime, and she wants to kill Carmine Falcone because, spoiler alert, he's her fucking father. So Batman and Catwoman start working together, and then they kind of fight against each other, and then they work together again to try and stop Carmine Falcone. And the Riddler ends up wanting to blow up Gotham City with all these detonators and flood the fucking place. And you also have Colin Farrell as the Penguin doing some shady shit, and Batman trying to stop him. And many people die. The original commissioner dies. James Gordon once again isn't the commissioner at the beginning of this, and then we have Riddler copycats, like people that are fans of the Riddler that are sent to shoot people on election day because there's a new mayor being elected, and she feels like, oh, Wayne, you need to help out a bit more. And Alfred gets all fucked up, put in a hospital, and he's hiding this secret that Riddler about Carmine Falcone that Riddler reveals on the news. And we find out that Thomas Wayne worked with the Falcones, helped them, and all that. Falcone, everyone works for him. And yeah. But they still think that it was some poor bastard whose wife are gonna turn into a widow. No, this poor son bastard went out and shot Bruce Wayne's parents. They still think that. So basically, it's up to Batman and Catwoman to stop the Riddler. Well, it's up to Batman to stop the Riddler. Catwoman helps stop a few people near the end, and basically has to save Gotham City from being flooded. And yeah, I love this movie. I have never like I'm telling you now, the adrenaline I felt while watching this. This is 3 hours long. This is the longest solo Batman film ever, because the original two movies are around 2 hours. The original four are around 2 hours long. The Batman Begins is 2 hours 20 minutes. The Dark Knight's 150 something minutes. Dark Knight Rises 2 hours 40 minutes or something like that. This is like 2 hours 55 minutes, and the pacing worked for me. Like, it fucking worked. It ran at a great pace. This video is sponsored by Monster. I'm joking. But I swear, like, this movie, where do I even begin? First of all, I'm going to talk about cinematography, dude. Gotham in this movie looked amazing. The opening fucking shot of, like, you got the Riddler looking through the fucking, like, his mask, and, like, fucking looking in at the mayor. The mayor's talking like, yeah, I can do whatever. You know, I could do this, the election. And then fucking, he comes in, you see him there, and then, like, the mayor turns around and fucking Riddler just smacks him over the head, beats the shit out of him, tapes him up. And it's just like such a fucking great opening. And then you get these amazing shots of Gotham City. The song by Nirvana that's in the first trailer is in the movie twice. Near the end, where you get the shot of Gotham City and Batman narrating, and at the beginning. So he's narrating. We're seeing people in the city doing drug deals, committing crimes on Halloween night, people going around, and, like, there's a helicopter and the bat signal, and they're kind of afraid to come out. And, like, Bruce, especially Bruce Willis, Bruce Wayne is walking with his hood up with the eye makeup, which he has in the movie. He has it in the comics. He has it in the animated stuff. He hasn't had it in live action, other than maybe briefly in Batman Returns, Chris Stuckman said. And then you got, that guy with the avocado coming in with the gun and shit, and then running away. And then he's like, "Yo, come on, put the money in the bag," and all that. And then you get that amazing fucking sequence with those fucking people on Halloween night, fucking thugs on the train. One of them looks afraid, and they're going after this Asian guy. And then Batman comes down and like, "What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you supposed to be?" And then you get the fucking part where he grabs him, beats the fucking shit out of him, breaks his arm, and goes, "I'm vengeance." And then you get the shot, and they're all trying to fucking attack them, and he's fucking them up. He's like, "Fuck yeah," fucking them up left and right. And it's a great choreographed scene. He tasers one of them. He fucking beats the shit out of them, and then the other guy just runs off. I love it. I love Robert Pattinson as Batman. He fucking nailed this character. He fucking nailed it. Some people are saying, oh, he's bland. Dude, I like the more monotone version of this character, how he's a bit depressed. Obviously, he would be if he lost his fucking parents, you know. You feel the fucking sadness that he fucking feels. And, like, he's like, yeah, Alfred. And I really like the detective element. You know, he shows up after uh with what's it, Jeffrey Wright, who plays Commissioner Gordon, who also done a great job. Honestly, the best Commissioner Gordon we have so far. And he's looking around, what's Riddler doing? And he's like, oh, he's done this. And it's like, this is a weird card. And he's reading it out to my secret friend who having a clue. And he just goes on about it, shows it. He's like, wait, why is it him? Is he involved in this? No, he's not. How do you know? He's a vigilante. And I just love how he shows up at the different crime scenes and he's like, uh, dude, what are you doing here? You know, I also love the scene later on where the cop is like, hey, yeah, it's crazy what the Riddler's doing, you know, it's crazy. And then Batman starts taking the floorboard. It was like, hey, what are you doing? And it's like near the end of the movie, and it's like he finds out the Riddler's plan. And like, there's just so many scenes in this movie that are tense as fuck. The Riddler, you feel like he's a villain not to be fucked with. Um, he like in this movie, he is a fucking threat. He's a serial killer. He fucking kills people in the way that the Zodiac killer did. There's a lot of kind of elements of David Fincher's Seven and Zodiac in this. Um, even just like Batman and Commissioner Gordon going around abandoned buildings with the light, like, what's in here? Oh, he's doing something and all that. And like, oh, I call the signal and all that shit. And he calls the bat signal. It's great. Um, you know, I love the scene where Zoe Kravitz like, okay, like I'm on my way, honey, and you know the girl's there, and she ends up being brutally murdered in his photos, and you know it's Falcone that does it, and Falcone, oh, I'll get to him in a bit. Fucking hell, I feel like this is going to be a long review because this movie, there's a lot to talk about, and then like, you know, she sneaks into the house, and he's like, you know, she breaks in, he's like, yo, I wouldn't do that for you. It's like quite an entrance, and then they have a nice fucking fight scene. It's like, who are you? And Vengeance, and then they kind of talk a bit. They team up, and they team up for a while. And he's like on an earpiece, he's like, right, I need you to go in and infiltrate Falcone. Uh, and she acts all. She sees this DA guy who's played by Peter Sarsgaard. Is it Sarsgaard? Yeah, and um, he's like, hey, how you doing? And he's like being flirtatious, like Selena Kyle is, and he's like a DA kind of doing some shit and, you know, flirting. And then he's talking to this girl. The girl's like, get off me. He gets back into his fucking car late at night and fucking the Riddler's in the back and just, he's like, oh, and fucking smacks him over the head, beats him with this thing. And like later on in the movie, as I mentioned, like when they're finding out more things, the guy says to Batman, oh, he uses this tool. He's like, really? And then when they're looking through the crime scene at one point, he's like, oh, this is a murder weapon, you know? But the Riddler, like, he gets under Batman's fucking skin. He does some fucked up shit in this movie. Like, holy fuck, dude. As I said, he fucks that guy up. At the mayor's funeral, um, Bruce Wayne arrives. Like, it's like, he's like, Alfred's like, you're going to make another public appearance, really? And then he comes out, he goes to the fucking place, talking at the funeral, and I just love when he's looking over at the kid. Um, when the kid's in his bedroom getting asked questions, and he just looks over, and I love how this is a perfect example of show don't tell. He looks over at the kid, and you know he sees himself in the kid. Like it's like, I lost my parents. I see you. I see myself in this kid, and no dialogue is said. You just feel the emotion. Um, and he looks at them at the funeral. They're talking about what's going on. A fucking car comes crashing through the fucking church. He jumps to push the kid out of the way, And then, they're like, "Get out of the car! Come on, get out!" And then it's the guy. Uh, what is the character's name? Hold on 1 second. Uh, boo. Show this character's name. Okay. Okay, Peter Sarsgaard plays Gail Coulson. So he's there, help me, there's a bomb strapped to me and stuff like that. I was like, what? And the Riddler's like, calls and like, okay, you have 5 minutes, so get out of here and all that. He's like, I finally got you. And he's saying the speech, and everyone clears out. And then this fucking robot comes in to like defuse the bomb. And then like Bruce Wayne's there and he comes out as Batman, tries to help him. And then he says the Riddler's like, okay, we're gonna play a few riddles. And he honestly reminds me of like there's elements of Saw in this as well. He was almost like Jigsaw in this part. And he was like, okay, riddle me this, riddle me that. He does the riddle me this, so he does all that. And he's like, what's he's like, and Batman's like, vengeance. The answer's vengeance. Like, I don't know, how much money do you do? And then there's the line that was in the trailer: if you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price of your blind eye? Now it's said much faster in the movie. And then like he's like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And then like he hits it, and then the guy just blows the fuck up, and Batman flies and hits the fucking ground. But that scene, it's on for like a couple of minutes, but it is intense. Like the fucking music, the suspense, everyone around them in this fucking church. The song Maria plays a lot. It's the opening music. There's a orchestrated version of a shot of Batman. And like one thing I love is he's in the Batman suit a lot in the suit. There's a lot of him going around as a detective, going through buildings, looking at like there's rats in a fucking cage, and it's like, this one's not a rat, this is a bat. You know, I fucking love that Alfred helps him out. He's like, I made this gadget for you. You feel the emotion that Alfred has. There's this really fucking tense scene where he's driving in the Batmobile and he's like, Dory, listen, Dory. He's like, Dory, don't answer the phone. Alfred might have gotten something. So he keeps getting these riddles, and the riddles are fucking smart. So he opens it and she's like, oh, Mr. Wayne, it's already happened. And he opens the box and the fucking thing blows up and he ends up in hospital. And then he goes back to the thing, he takes his mask off, and you get that shot that was in the trailer with his eyeliner. And you find out that Riddler reveals, it's like they're like the news reports are like, look, this is going to be quite disturbing. Riddler fucking reveals like, Batman fucking, Thomas Wayne. They show flashbacks to Thomas Wayne talking like, oh, we're gonna provide people, and he done business with Carmine Falcone, and he's responsible for the death. And Alfred helped, and he's like, what? And you get this amazing scene of him going to the hospital and being like, Alfred, you lied to me. My father wasn't even a good man, and he died for nothing all these years. He's like, your father was a good man. And you just believe the emotion, and Alfred tells them what actually happened. And I love how Riddler's trying to fuck with Batman's mind more. He lost his parents, he'll do anything to go to the limits. He lost his parents, but he's trying to make him think that he was a bad man, and trying to turn him against Alfred. And Alfred fucking Alfred fucking you know his performance is great, and I love like, oh, you're becoming quite a celebrity. I don't know if this continues, this is going to be bad. Why the hell is he writing to you? What are you going to do and all this? And he's like, I don't know, Alfred. And just it's just amazing. And I love the bat suit. I love the fucking suit. I love the fucking gun that's in it. I love when he takes the gun out and throws it at the end, the two guns out, and let that electrocuted. I believe that's the gun that was used to kill his parents. I love the fucking nightclub scenes with the Penguin, because like that was comic book accurate, because my friend reads a lot of comics. He's like, no, he owns a nightclub in the comics. He's a gang member. He works for Carmine Falcone. And Colin Farrell, dude, I'm Irish, as you know. Yeah, he's from Dublin. I'm from Dublin. He done a fucking outstanding job as the Penguin. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. He's even better than Danny DeVito. He was more comic accurate, and like he was like he's worked with Danny DeVito and Dumbo, but this it was just like he was unbelievable. You know, uh, doing deals and shit. How you doing? There you go, yeah. And then the fucking, you know, his amazing sequence where Bruce Wayne comes in, Batman comes in, do you know who I am and shit like that. And he's like, there's Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Yeah, I swear to God, that's the character's name. They don't say their names, but that's who they're meant to be. That rhyme. Like, who is this guy? Who the hell are you? And all that. I don't know. And it's like, I'm vengeance. He fucking punches the guy and then fucking just walks into the nightclub and there's gangsters and bouncers going, fucking up left and right. And he's beating the fucking shit. And the music is playing. He's fucking them up, hitting them, hitting them, hitting them. And then, like, he goes to hit Oswald Cobblepot, you know, the Penguin. He's like, whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. You what they say, Oswald Cobblepot, nice to meet you. And then they go in, they talk about what's happening, about Carmine Falcone, about the other gang member. The Maronis as well are mentioned a lot. They've been taken down. And then Zoe Kravitz comes in as Catwoman. And I liked her as Catwoman a lot. I actually I wasn't expecting to like her as much as I did, but I did. I would honestly say I still think Michelle Pfeiffer is the best Catwoman. She's the second best for me. Anne Hathaway, I'll get that when I get to my review of The Dark Knight Rises. I'm not really a fan of her Catwoman. Don't even get me fucking started on Halle Berry. Just don't. But this one, I loved her. I loved how fucking dark she was. She was the most likable. I felt like she wasn't just eye candy. She actually had a fucking character. Um, you know, she's like, okay, vengeance. She goes in with the wig. I like the part where he goes back to her apartment. It's like, she was dead. I can't believe the Riddler do that and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, I know. And I love the Batman voice. He has like, yeah, I know. It's like, come on, vengeance, let's do it. And he has all the kids like, you got a lot of cats. He's like, I have a thing for strays. And I like the flirtatious bit. I like the part where they kiss. I like the part where she summons the bat signal and Commissioner Gordon's like, dude, I thought it was you to call the bat signal. It's like, no, it wasn't, and all that. There's this one guy who's actually played by an actor, an Irish actor. What is his name? Hold on. What is the actor's name? I think I might have went past him. Oh, fuck. I think his name is Peter MacDonald. Is Peter MacDonald? Yeah, I think it is. It's Peter MacDonald. Hold on. Wow. Okay. Yeah, he plays Kenzie. He's another Irish actor. He is in one of my favorite Irish comedy shows that I actually reviewed years ago on my old channel, Moonboy. Plays the dad in that, and he was in that pile of shit, The Stag. But he was fucking great in this. Like, I remember when he popped up, I didn't even know he was in it till I watched it. I was like, nah, that's not. Oh my god, it is. There was a shot of him on the news, and I was like, oh shit, on the movie. And there's the politics in Gotham is there, but I love that when he's like, "Wait, stop it! Don't worry, you bad. Come on!" And he has a big role. It's like, "Come on, Cobblepot, we got to get out of here!" And fucking Batman fucks him up. There's that intense scene where she tries to kill him, where Catwoman tries to throw him off the fucking building when she ties him up, and then Batman gets the grappling hook and catches him. Right after the bomb sequence, they try to take off the fucking mask. Like, let's see who he is. And then Batman tries to attack the cops. He's like, no, stop it. You just assaulted a fucking police officer. You just assaulted a police officer. And he's like, what is your problem? And all that. So he's like, right. So Commissioner Gordon's like, right, I think you should punch me in the face so you can escape and shit. And he punches him, and then everyone's after him. He's fighting the cops, and it's fucking badass. And as I said, I thought Kenzie, like Peter MacDonald doing the accent, he done a great job. The mayor who actually drops an F bomb in the movie. He goes, fucking unbelievable. Um, I thought his fucking Alex Barnes, yeah, as Commissioner Pete Savage, his death scene was like I I swear to God, okay, I said I wasn't gonna call out anyone. Okay, naked fucking HD, go fuck yourself. Okay, you've been fucking doing this shit, and I'm sick of it. I'm reporting you. Fuck this shit, dude. Honestly, like I said, I wasn't gonna. This is ridiculous. Every time I'm on a live stream, like you're fucking doing this shit. Go and suck a fucking dick, okay? I'm sorry. Like I know I'm not. I'm not gonna get into YouTube drama, but this is a fucking. This is a once off. Suck. Fuck off. Stop fucking. I report it. I'm sick of this porno fucking guy coming on here. Anyway, uh, yeah. So the Riddler kind of does something similar to what Heath Ledger's Joker does in The Dark Knight. He pulls like a camera out and he's like, "Oh, Gotham City!" Like, or we find you may find this video disturbing. He's like, "Oh, people of Gotham City, you're gonna die." He's like, "Please help me, help me." He's like, "No, I finally got you," and all this, and he fucking kills the guy, blowing him up and shit. And they have a funeral for him, and it's like the guy, like there's a decent body count. There's loads of great scenes with him in the mask. Um, you know, I love that throughout the movie. I actually like another thing I love was John Turturro. I fucking love John Turturro. I feel like I haven't seen him in a movie in fucking ages. John Turturro, he's an amazing actor in State of Grace, in The Big Lebowski. Haven't seen the Jesus roles yet. I love them in Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, which I've already reviewed those two movies on my channel. He was probably one of the only good things about the three Transformers films. I liked him as Francesco Bernoulli in Cars 2. He's the good thing about Adam Sandler movies like Anger Management and fucking Mr. Deeds, all that. But I loved him in this movie. He was like, Carmel Fanconi, nice to meet you. Like, he's a fucking sinister gangster. He's so fucking calm and like just sinister. Um, I love Batman walking in, just fucking people up. I tossed the Carmine and he's like, "Oh, you can't stop me," and all this shit. And he's at the funeral. It's like, "Oh, Mr. Wayne, nice to meet you." And like, I love when Oswald Cobblepot's like, "Hey, you got a pass, buddy?" Um, I love when Carmine Fanconi that they how they work together, like, come on, let's go. And then there's that fucking amazing shootout scene where Batman's fucking them up and he's dodging bullets and fucking people up left and right. Um in the rain, and then there's the fucking part where what was it where Falcone like he's like, "It's okay, darling, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine." You find out that he killed the woman and they play the recording and he's like, "Sarah, you're gonna want to see this," and they expose it on the news. uh Zoe Kravitz is like, "I have to stop him because he's my father," you know. But he doesn't know that because I had a kid, you had a kid with me. So he's like, "Selena, come on." So he goes down and fucking Selena Kyle ends up fucking people up. And I love when she kicks them and fucks the criminals up left and right. I love when Batman's about to hit someone and like she's just fucking people up left and right. Um, and then he fights her, and then Batman fights him and tries to kill him. He's like, "Oh, you can't stop me," and all that. And then like she's like, "Hi, Dad," and then she tries to shoot him and fucking kill him. And then you find out how much of a sinister fucker he is. Oswald Cobblepot's like, "Come on, you you rat," and all that. He's like, "Wait, he's the rat?" And then he pulls out a gun and tries to shoot. And he's like, "I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing." And then, Catwoman wants to kill him beforehand. So you're like, shit, was it Catwoman? Was it Penguin? No. In fact, it was the Riddler. He shot someone using a sniper rifle. And what I love is I actually got a Dirty Harry vibe off it. I love that. So Batman, they're like, "Oh shit," they're running up and they're trying to find it, and then he's not in there and it goes off, and I love that. Um and then they're like, "Okay, a woman saw it, said we seen a suspect." She went into you walked into a cafe and then you get that fucking amazing scene, and it was cool in the trailer, but obviously because this is the movie, you see more of it. It's just excellent. Their fucking SWAT team are running in, and this is the first time you see Paul Danos or Dano's face in the movie, because for he has a lot of cameos, but he's using this kind of deep voice and this mask on. He's like, and he's like, "Hey guys, this is gonna be the last video I ever post, and thank you to all my followers." And he's this social media following. It's almost like deep web. So they go in, and he's like, "Free his hands up." He's like, "I ordered cheesecake," and he gets on the ground, and Batman's looking at him, and he's just like smiling. I love that sinister vibe. He's like, "Oh, you can't take it." He's like, "Which one is this? You?" He shows his password. He's like, "Which one?" He just has that crazy laugh and that crazy vibe, and then he has the fucking Riddler. He has all the fucking symbols and the question marks around the place, and reading the mysteries with Alfred, and it's in the tea or the coffee, and he goes back, and then you get that fucking amazing interrogation scene with Batman and the Riddler, and the Riddler's talking about his evil plan, and he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, Mr. Wayne." He's like, "No, that's not how it's supposed to go." And then he starts going, "Hi, Maria," and he's like, "Soon all the detonators in Gotham would go off." And I love the fucking part where he's like, "Thanks for the advice on detonators." And he's like, "What have you done? What have you done? What have you done?" And he's like, "Oh, you'll see." He's like, "What's black and blue and dead all over you?" And then he goes off to prison. Uh, the fucking bridges just start blowing up everywhere, and he's like, "Kaboom, kaboom," man. He's just laughing. And then just fucking, I love the stakes. I love how he kills one of the other villains. You know, it's even affecting the Penguin and all these other characters and stuff. Um, there's that amazing election scene where everyone in Gotham is there, millions of people, and the people have no time to evacuate the city, and the fucking water's flowing through, and it's going through the building, and you get that amazing fucking final act with Batman in the water, fucking in the place, and there's these kind of people working for the Riddler, and they have fucking masks, and they're trying to shoot and shit. And Batman comes down and from the glass, fucks them up, and then that's when they're shooting at him, and he's fucking them up and dodging the bullets, and then Catwoman helps him, and he's fighting, and then the fucking commissioner's coming in, and fucking, and he's hitting the glass, pew, and he's fucking grabbing the guns off people and fucking swinging them and hitting them and fucking making people hit each other, and he's fucking people on the bars, and he's shooting fucking grappling hook, and he's swinging and fucking just beating the fuck out of him, and it's badass. And then he nearly kills Catwoman. He nearly gets fucked up. Batman, and he takes the adrenaline thing, and he nearly beats the fuck out of this guy to death. And he's like, "Yo, take it easy." That's what Commissioner Gordon says. He's like, "Who the hell are you?" He's like, "On vengeance." He goes and saves the kid, saves people. They played the Nirvana thing. I love the part where they Batman and Catwoman kiss a couple of times. Like, "Who are you under there?" It's like, "See you later, Selena." That scene where he goes on the motorcycle and the music's playing, and he's like, "Can I get to say goodbye first?" And they go off. And then there's the shot of him on the bike. And what I love is there's this fucking amazing sequence where Riddler's in Arkham Asylum, and I'm so happy that this didn't have an after credit scene. They just put it in the movie. You hear a voice, and he's like, "Oh, it's awful, isn't it? How people in the city get turned away. I'm just a clown." And you're like, "Oh my god." And it turns out, and he's like, the Riddler's like, "No, no." He's like, "No, no, no. You done a great job. I'm proud of you. But now the real fun's gonna start." And he's like, and the two start fucking laughing demonically, and you look, and it's the fucking Joker, played by Barry Keoghan, a fucking Irish actor, a Dublin Irish actor from fucking Dublin. The place I went to go and see this was in a place called Pavilions and Swords in Dublin Cinema. There was a TV show called Love Hate Shot there. He was actually in that shopping center that I saw the movie in an episode. And now I'm watching this movie and I'm like, dude, he was amazing. I love, like, at first I was like, shit, is he Two-Faced? No, he's the fucking Joker. He has the scars. He mentions the clown. He has the laugh. He was rumored. And, if you look in his IMDb, it's like Officer Stanley Merkel, but it's like way later on in the movie that the Joker pops up. And I loved it. I love when Batman gets the little flame thing and he's helping people out of the water. That great scene. A lot of great shots. The music was amazing. The theme song, dun 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 dun. And now I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite fucking bits in the movie: the fucking Batmobile chase scene with the Penguin and Batman was unbelievable. Like, it was fucking the fucking cinematography. Okay, so it's after the scene where there's the big shootout. I was like, yeah, I got you, and all that. And he gets in the fucking thing, and there's driving, and he fucking gets in the Batmobile, and they're like, pew, pew, pew. And he's like dodging a bunch of guys. Get out of the goddamn way. Whoa, this guy's crazy. Come on, get out of the way. And you get these amazing fucking shots of the fucking Batmobile going around and fucking trucks going, and the truck blows up. I got you, you freaking psycho. I got you. And the Batmobile comes out and it's hitting. He's like, oh shit. And then tumbles over. And then he's walking towards it. And he looks in, picks him up. He's like, what's happening? What do you know? He's like, I don't know anything, okay? And all that. And I love that fucking fight scene between them. And he's like, and then him and fucking Commissioner Gordon are like, it's like, what does that mean? The Spanish words, like, that's pretty goddamn bad Spanish. You say it this way. What are you, good cop and bad shit cop? I fucking loved him. And then they time up, hey, I'm still here, by the way. And he starts waddling like a penguin. He just fucking nailed it. I love the shot of him at the end. The water, he's like, thank you, honey. Bring it in. Selena, thank you. I love that. I love the way he looks. They stuck with him not like being called Penguin. I like when Bruce Wayne walks in to try and intimidate Falcone. He's like, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, like, who are you? Oh my god, you're Bruce. He's like, can I come in? He's like, oh my god, you're Bruce Wayne. And they go in, he talks to Falcone in a very intense scene. And then there's that, he's like, I figured you would show up. And then there's that amazing, like, I love how he's in it more than the trailers let on. I love when he sneaks into the fucking place, fucks it up. I love that fucking scene where he comes in and cuts the power in the nightclub and you get the fucking red lights. Get the fucking shot of the red, and just visually this movie, like the shots of Gotham in the dark, the rain, people driving on motorcycles through the fucking street. I just think Gotham looked the best in this dark, gritty. Most of the movie takes place at night, which I fucking loved. You get the nice red visual colors, wide shots, long shots. So much brilliant directing style. Matt Reeves, he fucking outdone himself. This had fucking amazing writing, visuals, music, acting. Everyone done fucking great. Barry Keoghan as the Joker was great. Paul Dano's Riddler was the best character in the movie. Fucking amazing, fleshed out villain. Better than Jim Carrey was, even though I love Jim Carrey and that. Fucking Oswald, Cobblepot, the Penguin, Colin Farrell, great. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. Robert Pattinson was excellent as Batman. Andy Serkis in this as Alfred Skarsgård. All of them. It wasn't a weak performance. I had no issues with the movie. Like, I loved it. I thought it ran at a steady pace. I didn't want the movie to end. I loved the long Halloween and year one elements that it had. The shots of him walking, it's like, I am the darkness. It understood the character of Batman, like the no kills, like, no guns. To like Commissioner Gordon's like, yeah, that's your thing, man. Or like when he's like, no, we don't kill Falcone. That makes you no better than him. It understands the Batman no kill rule. I love when he jumps and he has the fucking gliding wings and he's flying through the city. I love it. I love it. I fucking love this movie. I love it. I cannot recommend this enough. This is the longest review I've done in this channel so far because I just have so much to talk about. I want to make sure I'm talking about everything. I love this movie. 10 out of 10. That was my movie review of The Batman. I'll see you guys later. Bye.